Hey there, welcome back to the next tutorial. This time we talk about 90s rave pianos and Eurodance pianos. In the 90s it was all over the place. We had it in tracks from The Prodigy, we heard it in happy hardcore stuff from Paul Elstak for example, or in Eurodance from Marky Mark, and so on and so on. And today it's coming back. During the last year I heard it in a lot of productions from different genres, so it's not only rave and Eurodance anymore, it's quite useful for a lot of genres. So how can you do that on your own? There are three main elements that you have to take care of, and I will show you in this video. Point 1 is the sound, and that point is pretty simple because there's especially one sound that you will need, and this sound is coming from the Korg M1. The Korg M1 came out in 1988 and it came with 100 presets. Today it's back as a VST plugin, so you don't have to buy the hardware unit anymore. You can use the VST in your DAW. There are especially two sounds that are interesting for us, and that's Piano 16 and Piano 8. Personally, I think the Piano 16 is better suited for us, so let's take a look at that one. So we covered the sound, but now we come to step 2. And that one is, how do you play the M1 piano? The most important thing is that you play the M1 piano like a percussion instrument. So you don't just hold down the chord, but you use a rhythm to play it. The easiest way is to play a one-hand chord rhythm. It sounds like this. But the more common way is to use two hands. So you play the chords with your right hand and the bass of that chord with the left hand. And when the one hand is down, the other hand is up. It's quite typical to start with the bass note first, so that's something that sounds like this. But you can also start with the right hand. You start with the chords. Here's an example for that. I listened to quite a few songs and I found that some rhythms are quite popular and common. I put all these files together in a pack and you can find it as a free download. I put the link in the description. So that was point 2. And now we come to point 3, and that is, which chords do you play? When we create chord progressions, we usually take a look at the major and minor qualities of the chord. Does it sound major? Does it sound minor? We take a look at the sadness and happiness and alternate between them. But here it's more important to take a look at the tension of a chord. We want to change between chords with a lot of tension and chords without tension, or with little tension. In this regard, major and minor chords are quite stable. They have less tension. But there are two types of chords that can be interesting for us. Let's take a look. The first type is a sus chord. Here's a major chord and a sus chord. As you can see, in the sus chord, the middle note is closer to the third or to the first note. And this creates more tension, because now the notes are closer to each other than in a standard major or minor chord. And also note that the sound quality is neither happy nor sad, so it's neither major nor minor, it's somewhere in between, and that also creates tension. And now to the second type of chord that we can use to create tension, and that's a major or a minor chord. But I can hear you. Hauke, you just said that major and minor chords don't have much tension, so why do you want to play them now to create tension? Let's take a look at that, because we don't play them in the standard position. When we play a major or a minor chord, we are used to hear the root note as the bass note. Let's play an A minor. And now we invert it down, so we take the top note and put it down and repeat that until the bass note is in the C. It's still an A minor chord, but now we don't hear the root as a bass, but we hear the C. And this creates tension, because we aren't used to that. So now let's build a chord progression. I want to create a chord progression that uses the following bass notes: C, G, E and F. Let's start with C. Here in Sundog, the first column has all the notes with a C in the bass. Let's take a listen. So I ended up with this. Please note that there is no rhythm yet, it's just chord changes. Now we want to create the chords rhythm. So we could do this by hand. We choose a rhythm, then take a look at the chord progression, apply the rhythm to the chords, and so on. That sucks. So here is our secret step for Workflow optimization. I created a plugin and it's called ChordPotion. It's a MIDI plugin. You send chords through ChordPotion and ChordPotion will create new stuff for you. And this output can be arpeggios or bass lines, but it can also be rhythmic chords. And there is good news for you, because I created another free package for you, and it's a free preset package for ChordPotion. You can find the link in the description. Simply download it, open a preset, and ChordPotion will create new rave rhythms for you. One important note, you will have to use chords with a separate bass note. So this one is alright, but that one not so much. If you want to test another rhythm, simply pick another preset and you're done. If you want to create your own presets, here's a small how-to. First, set the mode here to keep on running. Then take a look at the CFX in the chords row. Choose remove bass if needed. Then click on edit here and enter your main chords rhythm. When you're ready, click on OK, go to the next row and then also edit that one. This time, you simply enter your bass rhythm. As I said, you can find all the links for the free downloads in the description. Click on subscribe so you don't miss out on the next tutorials, and see you next time.